everybody, welcome to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. I'm your host, Andy Hawley, alongside my partner, Josh Burgett. And October is here, which means it's autumn and football weather.
Football weather. We had a beautiful night the other night, but I'll tell you what, partner, we're almost done.
I know.
It's so sad. We talk about it every week. Can't believe how much time's going by. But here we are sitting here talking about Week 7 games already. It's crazy.
I know, and we're going to get into kind of the weeds of it. Some of these teams really need to win out if they're going to have a chance at making the playoffs. So plenty to talk about on this week's show. We'll be back right after this with the highlights.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com. We won't leave you waiting. Sing it with me.
Always on time, or you don't pay in time. Always on time, or you don't pay in time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Your new ride is waiting for you at Avenue Auto. We've been giving Jackson great deals on pre-owned vehicles for 27 years. With 80 or more vehicles on the lot, each with a free warranty, we're your family-owned and operated choice in Jackson.
Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping has been proudly serving the southern Michigan area since 1986. With thoughtful design and quality craftsmanship, our experienced experts can bring any idea to life. Stop into our brand new location and garden center today. From a total redesign to just a few plants to spruce up your outdoor living space, we have everything you'll need. Need dirt, mulch, stone, or topsoil? It's all here and on site at Wilcox, and of course we can handle the delivery. We can also take care of your fertilizing and weed control, irrigation from repairs to new systems, and all of your landscaping needs. Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping, everything for your outdoors.
Lester Brothers has been performing driveway installations for over 30 years. Crushed asphalt is one of our most popular driveway gravels and an overall Lester Brothers favorite. When spread properly, it can last for many years. It's 100% recycled, environmentally friendly, quarter of the cost of hot asphalt, dust-free, and ready for immediate use after construction. Contact Lester Brothers today for a free timely estimate for your future crushed asphalt driveway or parking lot.
If you're looking for a high-quality, affordable alternative to the emergency room, then come to IEP Urgent Care's new location in Jackson. It's the same great ER physicians who have been providing care through our local hospitals since 2008, but now with a new location to serve you better. Our ER-trained providers believe high-quality care is for everyone, so we work with all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. Come see us on East Michigan Ave.
Welcome back to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show on JTV. Here's the Week 6 highlights.
Burns, an excellent quarterback, all SEC player last year.
Oh, this could be trouble. A.J. Bryan is going to get into the end zone for the first Tecumseh football team score of the evening.
34-yard run for Bryan. What, 3 plays here in this opening drive for Tecumseh. We see why this team is averaging 48 points a game. And they take advantage of that early turnover by Jackson High and get into the end zone again on that Bryan 30.
Here we go again, Harrell. Oh boy, the ball comes loose again, and I think Tecumseh's got this football, Josh.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Bunch formation up top, 3 receivers, 3 targets for Burns. He'll step up in the pocket, room in front of him. He's going to go to the corner of the end zone. This one is caught, reeled in. Once again, this is Bryant Batick, and that is just another well-executed play by the Tecumseh football team.
Baddock was all by himself.
Roman has time. He's got a wide open Kyson Cooper. He'll cut back inside. Room to run. Cuts back into the end zone for another Viking score with 2:40 to go here in the first half. Kyson Cooper makes a huge play. They needed that, Josh. They get it.
61 yards. Fantastic work by Kyson Cooper after he caught the football, but an excellent pass. Great patience there by Gibson Drummond. 61.
Tecumseh football team has scored. You've got to think, if you're the Vikings, you've got to play defense. You're already giving them an advantage after the excessive penalty celebration. Room here to run. Trouble brewing down the sideline. A.J. Bryan makes it look easy, and right when the Vikings score, right when the Vikings, it looked. Clement to Bryan. Touchdown. Tecumseh Commanders.
Bryan with his fourth touchdown of the game, his first receiving touchdown. He has just been spectacular for the Tecumseh team here tonight.
8:41.
Cement themselves a spot in the playoffs.
Langston hits the edge, tiptoes down the sideline, touchdown Tecumseh.
Another big play. This one 30 yards out. Used that as partner Langston. Draven Langston, the starting defensive tackle, who's getting a chance to get some carries in the backfield. You can see why. In mop-up, backup duty, he still goes 30 yards down the sideline.
Congratulations to him.
That was interesting. They don't give him a crown. They give him a Viking helmet.
But
brand, I guess.
But the king from last year had a
there you
crown.
go. There you go.
Julio Pisano. Here come the Jets. 20, 10, touchdown, Jackson High. This looks like Tecumseh in the first half.
70-yard kickoff return there for Pisano. Really nice play. Good answer after that Tecumseh touchdown drive. But Julio Pisano shows off his speed.
So the clock still winds down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The teams get ready to meet at midfield. Shaking the hands, but right now tonight it's been all Tecumseh.
Lathers looking, hands off up middle to Walker. Walker breaks right and he walks in the end zone. Touchdown Lumen Christi, and we're off early, 6-0. They're going to keep it up the middle. Touchdown, Lumen Christi. Looks like Colin Wilson got in, or excuse me, Devian Franklin. And Devian Franklin is going to extend the lead for Lumen Christi. And he does. Morrow drops back to pass. Pressure coming already. He's going to have to keep it himself. Morrow turning on the wheels, going to get to the 30, 35. Second and 5, Walker, a pitch to the left. Derek Walker's got some room, he's gonna break free. He beats both men, touchdown Derek Walker. A 36-yard run, and Lumen Christi adds another one to the board. Franklin and Walker behind him. Lathers fakes the handoff, rolls, throws, caught by Devian Franklin. Franklin's got some room, cuts to the left, and looks like the knee was down just at about the 1. That's another Minuteman first down for Lumen Christi. Here we go, a lot of room to run. There we go. That's Hawes on the carry, and he's got one man to beat, and he's gonna go all the way. Touchdown Northwest. Isaiah Hawes gets him on the board. Isaiah Hawes, 84 yards to the house.
No shortage of offense, especially in the Tecumseh-Jackson game, Josh. I turned it on a few minutes late, and it was 16-0, 3 minutes in.
Well, I mean, there was shortage of defense, partner. You got to look at that game. The only thing that stopped Tecumseh's offense was the game clock at the end when they took a victory formation and kneeled on the football. Every other possession, they scored, and they scored a touchdown. It was incredible to watch this offense work. Talking to Coach Dolson before the game and leading up to the game, he just talked about how his offense was really gelling. They certainly were. They put on a great performance, very balanced, and Jackson just didn't have an answer, which really surprised me. Antonio Parker, defensive-minded coach. We know Jackson has a good defense. I thought they'd have more for them than what they did, but they were on fire all night. Yeah,
we knew Jackson would try and make it interesting with some late points, and they did. But again, Tecumseh, I don't remember seeing a Tecumseh team look that good really ever.
No, not at all. Well, they're 6-0. They're going to compete for an SEC championship against Chelsea this week, which is really incredible for that program. We've seen them, struggle against teams like Grass Lake and things like that in a couple of years past. So it wasn't that long ago that this was a very down football team, but they are back. They are good. They have a lot of experience on that team. And you look at the start of that game, the 2 turnovers that were unforced by Jackson. Tecumseh just didn't touch the player and would fumble the ball twice. They recovered. That's what led to that quick 16-0 start. Ended up being a 22-0 start to start the game. And I give a lot of credit to Jackson for fighting back and being in that football game. But just that hole, that 22-0 hole was too much.
Yeah, our other game, Lumen Christi and Northwest, kind of went how we thought it would. Lumen Christi just a little bit too strong. And if you're Northwest, there's some positives to take away from that game, and you have a couple winnable games coming up, but really it was kind of just what we thought.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line for Lumen Christi dominated that football game, and we expected that, and that's where Northwest is not yet. They are working. They are a significantly improved football team, but they're not there in the trenches yet to be able to compete with programs like that, and Lumen showed that. But the way that offensive line played really led to great performances by Derek Walker, Davion Franklin, Joe Lathers. All were really effective because of the work that the offensive line did.
Some interesting games, some interesting scores rather. Michigan Center blowing out Manchester, a game that I definitely picked wrong, and I was surprised that Napoleon was only able to beat Grass Lake by a touchdown. But one thing about Napoleon is their defense is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, their defense is really good, but talking to Derek Schell on Saturday after the game, he just talked about kind of the impressive performance of the defensive ends for Grass Lake. They were really tough. They created a challenge for that. It's like Chris Rules, the defensive coordinator for Grass Lake, clearly had a good game plan. Just Grass Lake offensively couldn't get enough going because of that defense of Napoleon that you just talked about. But I thought I was too surprised by how close that game was. We know how good that Napoleon offensive line is as well, and thought we'd see more out of them, but good work by that defense for Grass Lake. You said it, Michigan Center upsetting Manchester, really in a dominating performance. I thought it was great. And then kudos to East Jackson getting a big win against Hanover Horton. So I thought that was really impressive.
Yeah, East Jackson's first conference win since 2019. Again, you just don't know what's going to happen in these games because really we don't have a great team in our area, so it makes a lot of these games competitive, which is fun for us.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got a number of playoff teams. We're going to see if any of these teams can make deep runs like we've seen the past couple of years, but you're right. I think we're going to have to figure out who can, and I think a lot of it will be based on draws, and I think that'll be key. Playoff matchups are going to be really important for all of our teams locally this year.
More high school football coming up on the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. We'll be back right after this.
Matt with Howie Equipment here, located on Lansing Avenue, and we've got Toro and Echo in the showroom. Come by and see what we got, whether you're in need and fall is coming up and you need a blower, or it's a trimmer or a saw for Echo. And then Toro, from the little push mowers to the big 60-inch commercial mowers, we've got it here at Howie Equipment. Come down and see us.
Bailey Excavating is proud to introduce our paving division. Locally done, on time, and on budget, we offer paving for municipal, industrial, commercial, and large residential customers. We can meet all your asphalt and paving needs from start to finish. For nearly 50 years and 3 generations, Bailey Excavating has been dedicated to providing the highest standards of quality and service to our customers. And in our paving division, we are dedicated to those same standards. To learn more about Bailey's Paving or to request a quote, please call 517-750-3030.
As a proud partner of Frankenmuth Insurance, Barker Weber operates under 5 distinct values.
Integrity. We will be honest and fair.
Stewardship. We commit to responsible management.
Empathy.
We understand how you feel.
Mutual respect and trust. You'll always be our valued partner.
Dedication. We'll work for you wholeheartedly.
Barker Weber and Frankenmuth Insurance, your local insurance solution.
These are Detroit sports legends Barry Sanders, Darren McCarty, and Kirk Gibson. And this is attorney Mark Bernstein. All of these men are successful in their field. All of these men know what it takes to win. All of these men are fighters. But only one of these men can get you money if you've been injured in an accident.
That's not me.
Not me.
That's the Bernstein advantage.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is empowering, powering both your home and your business. Change is progress, with a modernized grid that can detect outages and restore power within seconds. Change is reliable. We're talking preventing over 35,000 outages last year reliable. And change is enduring, like our dedication to keep your power running, just as it should. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
Welcome back to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. It's time now for our game picks, and we don't want to go over last week because I did about as well as Post Malone did on College Game Day, Josh. And he did not do that well. So we'll see what happens this week. Western versus Hastings. Hastings has only lost one game to 6-0 Whitehall, who's dominated their opponents. I got to go Hastings. I think their running game is just too much for Western at this point.
I mean, Hastings undefeated in the I-8 so far this year. You look back, they got a 7-game winning streak in the conference dating back to last season. They love to run the football. I agree with you. Their run game is going to be extremely tough. I think that Western defense, that Havoc defense, is going to have a plan. That's the key. If you can't stop the run, you have no chance in this game, but I think they can come up with an answer. I like the Panthers to steal a conference win on the road at Hastings. Columbia Central, Hudson, man, this is tough. Hudson has won 20 straight games. Hudson is just far too physical for the Golden Eagles. I like Hudson big.
Yeah, you talked about running the ball in the last game. I think Hudson has no problem running, and they run all over CC. Concord versus Marcellus. The only Marcellus I know is the name of a British crime show on Netflix. But both of these teams, Concord and Marcellus, about the same score against Gobles, so that's kind of where I'm going here. I think Concord bounces back and picks up a win this week after a tough loss last week.
It's like you read my notes, partner. Both 4-2, both lost to Gobles by 4 touchdowns. I think it's a really evenly match game. I give the edge to Concord. I've talked about it every week on this show. Their athleticism is really tough in the 8-man game. Gobles had a great plan for them last week, but I think they'll struggle. I think Marcellus will struggle. I'm going to take Concord because their athleticism will travel. Addison at Grass Lake. Honestly, we just talked about it. I was impressed by the defensive performance by Addison, by Grass Lake last week against Napoleon. But this has just been tough. 3 years in a row, Addison has won this football game. They've got Grass Lake's number. I think they're better up front, and I just think it's going to be too much for Addison. I think Grass Lake keeps it close like they did against Napoleon, but at the end of the game, I think the Panthers get the win.
I think it's a close game. I think if you're Grass Lake, you try and jump on Addison early. Maybe they're thinking about next week's game versus Napoleon. I don't know. Either way, I think it'll be a tough game, but I like Addison in that one. Michigan Center and Napoleon, this is one I just don't even want to pick anymore after what happened last week. I'm going to go with Napoleon because they're 6-0 and they showed that they can win close games against pretty good opponents. I like their defense, only giving up about 4 points a game in their last 3. We'll see how they do against Michigan Center's offense. I'll take Pirates.
I don't know what Michigan Center team we're going to get. Are we going to get the team that lost to Grass Lake and to Hanover Horton, or are we going to get the team that just put it on Manchester, which is a pretty darn good football team? The thing is, I know what Napoleon team we're going to get. We're going to get a great offensive line. We're going to get a physical football team. We're going to get a great defense. I think in the end that will be enough to get the win. I think it's close. I think Troy Allen and the Cardinals have a really good game plan and keep this game really close. But I think Napoleon at home gets the W. Homer, East Jackson, I'll tell you what, this has turned into a really interesting game. We just talked about what East Jackson did against Hanover Horton. Got their second win of the season last week. Big win for them. I just don't think it's enough. I think Homer's the better football team, and I think they will likely get the win against East Jackson, but I look for East Jackson to keep it close.
Yeah, again, East Jackson last week, their first conference win since 2019. They hop out of conference this week, but I think Homer is just too much. Hanover Horton versus Manchester. This is one where I don't think you want to be Hanover Horton going into this game. I think Manchester is upset, and I think they're going to take it out on Hanover. I'll take Manchester.
But I think both of them are.
Yeah.
I mean, both these teams had games last week, homecomings, that they expected to win, and they lost at their homecoming festivities, were ruined by their conference opponent. You know, until last week, Manchester had scored at least 20 points in every single game. I think their offense is just better than Hanover Horton's, and I think Manchester's going to get the win. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if we're sitting here next week talking about how Hanover Horton went and took it to Manchester, just because of the uncertainty of what we're going to get from both these teams.
Yeah, Hanover historically has played them tough.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Manchester. I think they get the W, but look for a great game there. Lumen, Marshall, that should be a great football game partner. Marshall 4-2 coming off the loss to Hastings, where they gave up 60 points. That's way too many points to give up. But I think it's just going to be tough for Marshall to match the physicality of Lumen Christi. Exact same thing we talked about with Northwest. I look for that to happen here. I think they're going to control, the Titans are going to control the line of scrimmage, they're going to control the clock, and they're going to control the game. I like the Titans.
I like the Titans too, and I like them to put a score up that maybe puts the rest of the folks in Division 7 on notice, because they need a big win, and this will be a good time for it. Coldwater versus Northwest. I'm picking Northwest in this one. This is such an important game for them, obviously, because they got off to that hot start. You want to finish the season above 500. If you're going to do that, you have to win this game. I'll pick Northwest.
I like your pick, partner. I think this is a very winnable game for Northwest. Coldwater is struggling this year. Northwest, I believe, is a better football team. And I look at why I'm excited about this game. When's the last time we saw Northwest win on JTV? I think that's a great opportunity for Northwest to get a W and really just excite their program for a big conference win. So I like Northwest to get the W. Last game, Adrian and Jackson. Jackson's a better team, partner. You know, but if they screw around with Adrian, Adrian's good enough to beat them. Adrian's been playing teams really tough. I just need the offense that we saw from Jackson last week. I need that to be on display, and I need that defense to figure out what they're doing and show up in a better way than what we saw against Tecumseh. Front seven has to be more active on the Jackson defense. They have to, in the running game, they have to make tackles and get stopped far too many times. That running back is getting to the third level of the Jackson defense. And on the pass game, they have to get penetration on the quarterback. If they can do that, I'd like them to get the win. I'll take the Vikings.
I think so too. I'll take Jackson. I think you take care of the football and just do what you need to do, and everything will come into place. I think Jackson wins, and they win big this week against Adrian. And that game could be at 4 o'clock due to a rough shortage. We will let you guys know on our website before game time. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with our Willison Macknick Player of the Week and our Avenue Auto broadcast schedule.
Over time, we've seen more and more people frustrated with their dental benefits. They thought that because they had dental insurance, they'd be well taken care of. Well, that's exactly what the insurance companies want you to believe. They figured out a way to collect your premiums while continuing to limit your choice of doctor and your choice of treatment. There's not one company better than the others. They've created an environment where dentists diagnose treatment or recommend care based upon your insurance dollars available. That's not the way people should be treated, and we think there's a better way. We put the interest of you and your family first. We take the time with you to figure out how to get the care you need, whether it's with your insurance or not.
We are Dentistry by Design, and our mission is to make excellent dental care a joy. Please call, visit the website, or drop by the office. We'd love to answer any questions you may have. And be sure to ask about our exclusive membership program to help you save on the cost of your dental care.
For at least a dozen years I've been at MVP Sports and using them. Ray and Kelly do a great job of getting me the things I need. Shirts, hats, uniforms for basketball teams, shirts for the golf teams.
We've been using MVP Sports for close to 10 years now. The biggest reason that we come back to MVP Sports is because every time that I walk in the door, they treat me like I'm a first-time customer. I would recommend MVP Sports to other businesses as well as anybody in this community.
For over 35 years, Nostalgia Inc. has been Jackson's home for all things comics, graphic novels, and games. Whether it's Spider-Man, Batman, X-Men, The Walking Dead, or even Stranger Things and Star Wars, Nostalgia's friendly staff has decades of experience and can find the perfect gift for that fanatic in your life. With the largest selection and inventory of the latest comics, you're always sure to find something new and different at Nostalgia. Looking for something from years back? Our backstock selection can't be beat. And don't forget to ask about our subscription service so you never miss an issue. Into Magic the Gathering, D&D, Pokemon, or tabletops? We've got everything you could ever need. Whether you're starting a new hobby, a seasoned collector, or just shopping for that superhero in your life, Nostalgia Inc. is the place for you. Nostalgia Inc. on Mechanic Street in downtown Jackson.
An Omnisource! This red hat means I'm the go-to guy for all your questions about selling scrap metal. So your next haul will be more worthwhile than your last. We're here to help. Even if you don't know your brass from your elbow. Get frank advice and fair payment at an Omnisource yard near you.
The Chase is the hottest spot in Jackson. They're sure to have something for everyone. Large open dining spaces are available that are perfect for any team gathering, offering delicious handcrafted pizza, available in hand-tossed or thin crust, flavorful wings blasted with your favorite sauce, and Angus burgers that'll make any fan's mouth water. The Chase, the perfect place to spend the big game.
You never think about a good tow truck service until you really need one. Jimmy's Towing and Auto Repair in Jackson will be there for you in a flash. Our technologically advanced GPS software enables us to pinpoint your location and dispatch the closest truck to assist you in no time. Jimmy's has the largest towing and rescue truck fleet in the area, and we have the right equipment for any towing need. When you need help in a flash, call Jimmy's. Jimmy's Towing and Repair in Jackson.
Welcome back to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show on JTV. Andy Hawley alongside Josh Burgett. It's time now for our Willis and Macknick Financial Services Player of the Week. Josh, who do you have for us?
Our Willis and Macknick Player of the Week is Derek Walker from Lumen Christi. The senior running back for the Titans didn't get a lot of action, but he had a big impact. On only 7 carries, Walker ran for 104 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 35-7 victory over crosstown rival Northwest. The Titans are back to 500. They have a 3-game winning streak. Walker and the Titans will look to continue their winning ways this week against the Red Hawks of Marshall. Congrats to Derek Walker, this week's Willis and Macknick Player of the Week.
We're starting to get some production out of those running backs. Earlier in the year, it was maybe 20 carries for 80 yards. It's nice to see something like 7 carries for 100 plus. Coming up this weekend on JTV, we will have Northwest hosting Coldwater, and Josh is predicting we get a win from Northwest on JTV. And then our live game will be Adrian at Jackson, and that game could be live at 4 o'clock due to a referee shortage. So we will have that information for you on our website as soon as that becomes available. Josh, as we head into week 7, your final thoughts?
Got a number of teams who need victories to make the playoffs. There's a lot of teams that are right there on the edge that came into the year fully expecting to be playoff teams, and if they don't get wins here in the next couple of weeks, they're going to be on the outside looking in. So really important that some of these teams get going. And the other great thing is we got conference championships that are coming down to the wire. We're going to have some great games over the next few weeks to determine conference champions.
All the action on JTV, photo galleries, highlights, and news. And don't forget to check out Jeff Steer's Saturday Sideline Report on JTV.tv, where he breaks down all the high school football games. Josh, thanks for being with us. We look forward to more high school football this Friday night.